Hi everyone! Welcome back to Playdate. This month's theme is captivating colors. Something that's captivating is something that grabs your attention because it's so beautiful or interesting or really cool. And there's a piece at the Milwaukee Art Museum, a sculpture that is super captivating. So let's go visit it now and check it out. And then my friend Linda is going to perform a song in front of the sculpture that I think you're really gonna like. Let's go!
This is one of the most popular pieces here at the Milwaukee Art Museum. The artist who made it is named Dale Chihuly, and it's called Isola di San Giacomo in Pelude Chandelier 2. It's made of many, many pieces of blown glass in all different shapes and colors. All of the glass pieces are attached to the metal base that you can see here at the bottom of the sculpture. The way they're attached makes them look to me like they're bursting out in an explosion. As I look all around the sculpture, up and down at all the different parts of it, I think about a celebration. The glass reminds me of colorful fireworks in the sky, or maybe it's like a parade with many different people dancing and throwing confetti and playing music. What kind of music do you hear in your mind when you look at this sculpture?
Hello, beautiful people from the Milwaukee Art Museum. My name is Linda, and I'm here with my jarana, which comes from Mexico, and it's made out of wood, and it has a lot of strings. You wanna count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. It has 10 strings. You want to listen? That's a very loud sound. I want to share a song with you that maybe you've heard. It's a very happy song that actually its name means celebrate. Just like this beautiful piece of art behind me that is just so big and colorful and just looks like a party exploding, doesn't it? So the song is called La Bamba. Have you ever heard of La Bamba? I'm gonna play it for you. What did you think? Have you heard La Bamba? Well, that's La Bamba from Veracruz, Mexico. And this is a jarana, a traditional instrument made by someone who knows how to make these instruments really well and how to play them really well. and I'm so happy to share it with you. I hope you enjoy making today's art project.
Wasn't that such a fun song that Linda performed for us? Have you heard La Bamba before? I like that song a lot. So now that we're in a celebration mood and we're thinking about colors, let's make our own bursting colors using some really basic objects that I think you might have from around your house. The first thing you need is a piece of paper towel. It can be this size, it can be bigger, you can cut it smaller if you want. And then we need some washable markers. I have some Crayolas here, but any kind works. As long as it's not permanent markers, they need to be washable. You also need a paintbrush and some water. I have some water in my cup here. So the first thing we're going to do is get our markers out. And we want this to be really colorful and bright. So we're going to just draw all over our paper towel, covering the whole thing, or as much as we can, with lots of color. One thing you want to keep in mind is you want to work on a hard surface that won't stain. So like if you are on a table with a tablecloth, you might want to push that away or put something on top like a placemat or a plastic tray. My wooden table is okay. And if some marker gets on it, I can wipe it off easily. So I'll work here. So first we're gonna fill up our paper towel with color. This one's great for our little ones because they can hopefully just grip the marker, use some of their fine motor skills that they're developing to color. You can do any kind of design you want. You don't have to draw anything in particular or do any kind of writing or anything like that. I'm just gonna do some stripes. I'm thinking about the shape of the Chihuly piece, how there were so many kind of bursting colors. So I'm gonna draw almost like fireworks, something kind of bursting out. I have my yellow and add some red to that burst too. And again, this really does not have to be perfect. This project is very forgiving for anyone who doesn't feel super comfortable making art, or again, who are little ones, and it might be a little hard for them to really control where their marker goes. So I'm kind of doing some different lines and swirls around my burst. And you can make a pattern if you want, but you don't have to. Use some of these darker colors too. And you can kind of see I'm not quite done, but I'm trying to fill up most of the paper towel here. So I still have a little bit of blank areas left. So go back with the orange, a little more green. What you can do with your little ones is have them color until they feel like they're kind of done, and then you can go in as the adult and fill in some of those extra spaces so that you really get some nice burst effects after our next step. Ooh, almost done here. Some more lines. Add a little bit to my burst. All right. It's kind of nice to draw on a different surface than paper if that's what you're used to. It feels a little bit different too. All right. Okay, so you can see I've pretty much covered my whole paper towel. There's some white space, but not a whole lot. And now here again is where it's really important to make sure that you're on a hard surface that won't get stained. You're gonna take your water and your paintbrush, and all you're gonna do is kind of paint the whole thing. You probably don't wanna like just dump water on because that'll make it too saturated and it might get a little messy. I like to do this also because, again, for the little ones, they can just grip a brush and all you have to do is dip and go across. You don't even have to follow the lines that you drew before. You just need to get the whole thing wet. It doesn't have to be soaking wet, just wet enough that you can already start to see the marker colors starting to spread throughout the paper towel. If you have kids that are a little bit older, you can even talk about things like absorption and how the paper towel can absorb the water, and then that kind of mixes the colors and draws them out to the other parts of the paper towel. But for our little ones that are joining us for Playdate, this can just be like a fun and not too messy way to sort of paint. All right, I'm just about done here. Yeah, okay. So now I've wet my entire paper towel. I'll hold it up so you can see. So can you see how it's all blended? The colors are starting to blur together and they're kind of feeling more like color bursts. Imagine like fireworks or something like that where the edges are kind of fuzzy. So all you have to do now is set this aside, let it dry. You can put it by a window or somewhere where it'll dry. Here's one that I did earlier. It's all nice and dry. You can see I didn't put enough color here. I should have put a little bit more at the edges, but I think you can see that nice blur effect. I did that firework burst kind of pattern here that you can see with the purple and the pink and red. And then you can see how the colors all kind of blended all around it to make lots of bursts, almost like a tie-dye effect. This one's really easy. You can see it just took me a few minutes to do that one, so you can do it a few times, let them dry, and see what you make. Thanks for joining us for this month's Playdate with Art. I hope you liked seeing a really beautiful, colorful sculpture at the museum, singing songs with Linda about the sculpture and learning about her instrument, and also making our own colorful bursts on paper towel with markers. We'll see you again next month. See you then. Bye.